Have you ever known something is over, but it still feels like it's happening now? Hello, I'm Dan. I'm a clinical psychologist and the director of Lavender Psychology, an LGBTQIA plus affirming and neuroaffirming practice here in Sydney CBD. Today, I want to talk a little bit about EMDR. EMDR, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, is a type of therapy that helps the brain process experiences that still feel stuck. When something overwhelming happens, our nervous systems can hold on to it in a way that keeps getting triggered in the present. EMDR helps the brain finish that processing so it feels more like something that happened in the past rather than something that's still happening now. Here's a metaphor that helps explain this. Think of your brain like Instagram, but for memories. When something happens, your brain sort of uploads it and adds hashtags. If it's a normal day or a good day, your brain might add hashtags like hashtag fun, friends, I'm okay, safe. When something's overwhelming or scary or you feel powerless, your brain can add hashtags like hashtag danger, I'm a bad person, something is wrong with me, I can't trust anyone. And the really important bit is this. Memories are not stored in isolation. They're stored in networks. So when something happens that hits one of those hashtags, it's like it's been clicked on, and your brain pulls up everything that's ever been tagged that way. Not just the thought, but the feeling, the body sensations, the urges to avoid, the shutdown, the panic, the self-blame. It can feel intense, fast, confusing, because it isn't just about what's happening now. It's about the whole history of that hashtag. So when people say, I don't know why I reacted like that, or I don't get why this is still affecting me, this is one way of understanding it. It's not weakness. It's how the brain links experiences when it's trying to keep you safe. Now, what does EMDR do with that? EMDR can't change what happened. It doesn't erase the past, but it can change how the experience sits in your nervous system. It helps the brain reprocess the memory, which often means those hashtags start to shift. So instead of the memory being hashtagged as hashtag danger, I'm a bad person, not safe, it might start to be tagged as hashtag that was then, I'm okay as I am, it wasn't my fault. And when the hashtags change, the way the memory shows up changes too. The memory can still be there, but the emotional punch drops. The body reactions settle. The meanings become less harsh. It feels more in the past. A common misconception is that EMDR means fully reliving the overwhelming or traumatic event. That's not the goal. You might connect with parts of the memory, but we go at a pace that works for you, and you are the one in control. You don't have to remember everything, explain everything, or go into full detail if you don't want to. The work is collaborative, paced, and grounded in safety. Practically, EMDR is not just diving straight into the worst things that have ever happened. We start with preparation. We make sure you have ways to feel grounded. We talk about what you want help with. We work out what feels manageable. Then, if and when you're ready, we choose a target. That might be a specific memory, or it might be a feeling, a body reaction, or a belief that keeps showing up. We use gentle back and forth stimulation, like eye movements or tapping, and we go at a pace that works for you. So, how does that actually work in practice? One way to think about it is that it helps the brain process in a way that's a bit similar to how we process memories or experiences in REM or dream sleep. The gentle back and forth stimulation seems to help the brain keep processing the experience, so that it doesn't stay stuck in that it's happening now feeling. It gives the brain space to connect things up, update the memory, and link it with what you know now. So over time, the body reactions and the emotional intensity start to settle. EMDR can't change what happened, but it can change how the experience is stored and how it shows up for you now. Also, EMDR isn't only for people who identify with the word trauma. It can also help with things like depression, anxiety, phobias, panic attacks, distressing memories, negative self-critical beliefs, and relationship patterns that feel hard to shift, just to name a few. If any of this resonates, you're welcome to reach out. We can take things one step at a time.